Hello everyone. 2 p.m. on Thursday the 17th from Dragon's Papercraft. I'm just going to sit here a little minute while we get a few on, and then I will take you up. We'll have a look at a few things and then we will get creating. I'll just clip you into my little holder there. Oops, got a little bit of a glow from the door. Hi Julie. It's gone a bit muggy today, hasn't it? I've picked a few things out and I just thought we'd have a little play. I've die cut the bits that I need to die cut. I haven't got anything to show you because I haven't got a finished one. But we're going to be using this fabulous die cut and a few other bits. So if you've spotted them on the website and they've got they are a bargain, and you've been on the fence, hopefully after today you will go, oh, I need it in my life. So, right, let's unclick you and we will make our little way up. We've got a few of you on now. And while we walk down there, I'm going to just connect my iPad because I like to see the comments on here. Join. That's it. Hopefully it's done it. It can't be as easy as that, can it? Later. Let's do that. Done. Paul, I can't get that off there. Will you get that off and set it up on my page for me? Thank you. Right then, so we're working our way down and I'm going to be looking at... Let's have a little look up here. Right, so from the Grunge collection, we've got some bargains left here. We've got the Grungy alphabet mask. That should be $4.99. It's down to $1.99. Then we've got this X background. Should be $3.99 down to $1.49. I haven't got that stamp with me because I was going to do something with that because it's gorgeous. But that should be $8.99 down to $3.49. And this one should be $12.99 down to $5.99. And then this little duo here, you get a paper pad 8x8. And there's all the patterns. And then you also get a die cut pad, which we're going to look at up at the desk there. Look at up at the desk, set it back to front. $6.99 gets you both of those. So all of those are less than half price. We've still got some other deals there, but I'm just going to concentrate on those ones today. So just to give you a little peek at some new bits that have come in, maybe that you haven't seen, we've got these gift box pads. There's 18 in each pad, 3 colours in each pad. You've got 6 white, 6 cream and 6 craft. And you've got the pillar box. You've got this, I don't even know what you call that. Why hasn't it got a name on it? It's just called gift box. There you go. Then you've got like this little bag, and then you've got the little candy, the candy box, which is fabulous. We've also got new books in on the Winter Wonderland and the Fairy Christmas. Now these are different to the previous ones that you've seen. This is a die cut designer paper pad, and what that means is you're going to get in there die cut elements. Look at those, all of those numbers just screaming out for an advent calendar, that is. Lots of die cut elements, and then you go on to toppers, and then you go on to your beautiful pattern papers. So it's going to mix in and work with your previous ones that you've bought, and also just extend that collection out. So they're new. We've had Mrs. Christmas and Elves from Jamie Rogers. We've also had Father Christmas. So these are stamp and die sets for $19.99, which is a good deal. And then we've also got the traditional poinsettia at $14.99 with those beautiful debossed detail lines, and your ferns as well. We've also had back in the Christmas die cut foilables. Now these are all white, so You can just colour them in, or you can run them through your laminators and foil them. So there's 3 different Christmas packs there for you. We've had more of the star foil in. We've had a big top-up delivery today, just topping up the items that we'd sold out of. Fairy lights, the Christmas charms, these are beautiful. You've got that lovely kind of brassy kind of effect, and then you've got the silver ones there as well, and these are £4.79. So that's those. Right, I think I'm going to make my way up. I'm doing it. I won't do it too quick. If you haven't got yours yet, we've got the my release with Julie Hickey Designs. We've got the number medley, which give again brilliant for this time of the year if you're making advent calendars. You've got larger, smaller, and ordinals. Also got a lowercase and an uppercase alphabet. And then there's another medley, this #5. This has got live, laugh, love, create, inspire, dream, crafty, wonderful, baby, enjoy, fabulous, amazing, and family. So that's just another set to build and help complete your library of dies. So we've had, that's the 5th word set up to now. And the good news is that the Christmas one is coming back into stock towards the end of the month, I think. So we do have a few bundle deals left on those 3, or they are available individually, but they're all listed on the website. Right, let's have a little look. He's set my iPad up for me, which is very kind. And we can have a little look, see if there's, as always, if you've got, oh, I've got you looking at Paul. Well, they probably would, you're right. Any questions, fire away. Pencil. Everyone, hello, hello, hello. Okay, so that's fine. We're okay at the moment. And ooh, I'm going to click that there so I can see the comments as they come up, and I'm going to get you in position and show you what we've got. Oh, let's just move that over. I don't want to lose any elements. I'm going to put my pad in the middle. Right then. Let's get that in place. That's why I didn't have my iPad on that bit, because it flips over. Right. Let's put that there. In fact, I might take that out of the way because I don't like the glare. I'll put it to the side. I'll put it on here just in case I need it. Okay, so these are the pads. So we've got, this is the die cut element pad, and it's just full. I know, look, half of mine is missing, but just full of lots of elements that you can just pop out and use as like ephemera on your cards. They come out really easily. You can add ink to them, you can stamp over them as well, but they're really good to make cards with. So that is that one. And then we have got this pad. This has got 36 sheets, 12 designs, 3 of each. Some really nice elements there. You've got cogs, you've got like films, you've got letters, but really nice. Again, it's matte. It's got a nice, really grungy feel to it. So I've picked some pages out of there. I also pulled this one up here because this is a bargain. This should be $13.99. It's $5.99, and it's a ticket shape. So you've got 1, 2, 3. You've got 4 dies in there, but I thought this would actually work in quite well with the grungy stuff. You can make card blanks with it, or you can just use them as toppers. You can put photographs on there. If I get time, I'll get to it. If not, we'll cover that in a different on a different day. So I've just got my little bits out of my box. There's also this tag as well. I think, if I remember rightly, how much is that one? I think it's something silly. $3.99, maybe. $3.99, and you're getting a matten layer there with also your little reinforcers. A really nice size tag, great for all occasions. Right, so starting off with this one. If you take the outside edge and die cut, then this is what you're going to get. These beautiful letters, all cut. The detail so fine down the side, but looks amazing. Let's see if I can just drop that so you can see that. There we go. Now you could use that as a stencil. You could ink through there and put patterns on there. You could put this straight onto a card. It's like DL in size, but I thought if I cut it twice and line that up, I could actually make that as my card blank, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So I went ahead and I chose one of the sheets from the pad, and I cut a matten layer for each one, so that when I open it up, I've got the detail on the inside as well. So we'll start off with putting some decoration onto this piece here, and for that I'm going to use a little bit of ink, but I'm going to probably come through with some texture paste onto here, just to add some detail. I've got a few different things around me that I thought, oh, I could use that, I could use this. I think what would look gorgeous is my black, I might keep my silver out, my black metallic ink would look really nice on there. So I'm going to get that one. I've also got to hand my clear texture paste because I thought, oh, that would look really nice. And I could just add some of my circuit breaker in there to make a really beautiful black paste to go over. So I've got them 3 items. So let's bring me mat in. I better add. And to start off with, I'm just going to add a little bit of ink. I'm just going to use a little bit of black around there, just to age. And then I don't want to leave this one out. In fact, shall I do that one and then, yeah, I might texture paste that one. I'm just going to add in now a little bit. I'm not going to go near the outsides. I'm just going to randomly pop. And this will go with the outside of the card then. So I've just got that lovely bit down the middle. Obviously, just make sure that you go on the right side, otherwise it won't read the right way. Then this one I'm going to pop over, and I'm going to take some of my clear texture paste, and I'm going to put it on. I'll put it on thin because I want it to dry enough so that I can make the card. Right, so circuit breaker. This is Enchanted Sprinkles by Jamie Rogers. It's pigment with mica powder in. So I'm just going to give that a little shake around just to make sure that the mica's evenly distributed in there. And just pump a little, wee-hee, that much. You don't need that much unless your hand slips like mine just did. And then what I'm going to do, this is the bit that I love, because when we do this, I can see brown and a beautiful teal. But as you mix it through, that turns into a lovely kind of dark ebony black. Beautiful. So now it's important to keep mixing it together just to disperse the pigment. Okay, I'm just trying to scoop all of that up now onto my palette knife and pop this. I'm just going to pull that forward and do this so that, right. Is that a good view for everyone? Should be. I'm going to pop that on there. And then I'm not going to do it over there. I'm just going to be a little bit sporadic because I need to make sure that I can put my bits on without it interfering too much. You see, the trouble is, I know it's going to look cool. So let's have a little look. Oh, yeah, I like that. And then cleaning your stencils, you just give it to Paul. Honestly, it works amazing. Just give it to Paul and he'll sort it for you. Right, I'm just going to clean my hands because I have got black paste over it now. And I'm at the end of the tissue. So if I set that aside to dry, it shouldn't take too long, maybe about 10 minutes or so. You can hurry that along with a heat tool. When my stencil's been cleaned, I might get him just to give it a little blast while we're doing some other elements. But as it stands, can you see that beautiful shine in there? So that's got the elements, the mica bits from there as well. But I said I was going to use some of this one as well. Now I'm just wondering if I can add in a bit of this black around the outside, because then that'll give me a little shine. Obviously I've got to be careful not to go over my stenciling, but I just want some, I've gone over the stenciling, don't tell anyone, I'll put some ink over that bit. Oh, I've done it again. It's fine, I'm not going to do any more because I don't want to ruin it. But it's no biggie, let's just wipe that away. I'll put some ink over there, we won't even know it's there. Okay, so we've got a bit of a base to work on. I'll perhaps come back into that in a minute. So if I set that to the side and we give that a little bit of a wipe, and we'll have a look at the little elements that I've popped out. So I've got quite a selection here. Is it clean? Could you see if this works? Just give it a little blast for me. I've picked out quite a few little elements here because I thought I might make 2 cards. And look, I've got a little bit of paste on there. So let's see if I can get that off. Work that into my brush. Right, let's see. I'm just going to add a little bit around the edges. And it's going to have a shine. I don't know if you can see it from here. A little bit of a mica shine around the outside. And it's just going to take away the white. This one, I'm just going to kiss in the edges. What I might also do, I don't know, could I see? Well, I know what I'm going to use. I know that probably every single person has got one of these in their life. It would be rude not to put a little bit of griddage on here. I know that they are gone, but you never know what's around the corner. That's all I'm going to say. If you haven't got one of these, you never know what will happen. So for that little frame, just a little bit of griddage on there. Let's now just do a little bit of scooshy. Just flip that around. Again, the idea is just to get a little bit of mica showing onto these elements. There we go. So I've got a couple of film strips. I've got a happy birthday. I've got a with love. Let's try that one with a little bit of blend on. There we go. And then that one. it doesn't have to change them just by adding a little bit of ink. And it doesn't have to be black. It can be any colour you like. Sepia would look beautiful, but I just quite like this. Feel like it's going to be a monochrome kind of day. This is quite cool as well, like little paper envelope. Now there is a little quote on the bottom of this. See if I can read it. Oh my goodness. What does that say? NB, the inner retaining flap of the envelope must be raised before placing any card inside and then folded down over the contents. There you go. Add a little bit more ink around there. So we've got that nice little element. We've got some beautiful little cameras. Again, just that little bit of ink around them just transforms them. I've got a lovely stack of reels. And they're real... No, stop it, Hazel. That's a silly joke. They're really good. Okay. And then we've got some tickets. That'll do. That will do. Oh, actually, I'm going to just ink around here. Did that drop? Is it still tacky or is it all right? Okay, that's nearly dry. It's still a little bit tacky, but look at that shine. Beautiful. We'll keep that so it keep that over there so it still dries. I am going to pop a little bit onto here with the metallic ink, because you do get a beautiful shine with that. So we'll just have a little bit top, a little bit bottom. Okay, and this is going to be for the inside. So I'm going to commit and stick that onto here. I treated myself, you'll be pleased to know, I treated myself to a new glue. I haven't bought myself a new fine applicator yet, but I've got them at home. I'll bring one in. Okay. So this is designed with the perfect border all the way around. And at this point, this card could be anything. It could be for a male, a female. It could be Father's Day, Mother's Day, Christmas, birthday, whatever you want it to be. Now, one thing I did think of is I thought, well, it would be really cool if maybe I could have these a colour. And to get round that, if you just stack your card, maybe 2 sheets of card and die cut it, the top one will die cut, but the bottom one probably wouldn't. And you can stick them together or swap them over and have a different colour, and then it will almost look like a pillow embossed through there. So, or you could just stick a strip underneath, entirely up to you. But I just think that's really nice. So I need to score down that side now, because this is going to be the back of the card. So I'm going to put it onto my board. Grab my score tool. And I think 2.5 centimetres is going to be perfect. I turn that over and just, whoopsie. There we go. Right, so we have got a nice little edge there. So for the front, all I need to do, I'm going to glue that Let's see, have we got any questions yet? Hi, Bev. Very chilly. 5 degrees in Victoria. Wow, that is chilly. Oh, wow. Love that one with the letters either side. Do you know what? Honestly, when this came out, I was like, I love that. And every single grunge collection, there will be a tag with different elements down here. Now, for this bit here, I'm just going to pop some on my hand and just pad this down. You could do it with a sponge applicator. I saw Jamie do that and I thought, oh, do you know, that's a good idea. And then I'm just going to line this up on here. So just grab it, get that totally lined up. And then that will, I mean, I won't be able to stand it up because, yeah. But I'll show you. So it will open like so and stand up, which is cool. Right, so that's the inside bit sorted. I am going to go ahead and stick this on now because it's dry enough for me to be able to do that. So that didn't take long at all. Of course, while your pastes are wet, don't forget you can chuck glitters and powders in them as well. And embossing powders as well and get a sparkle that way. That's quite a nice technique. Can't press too hard there because it is still tacky. Okay, now I'm sure I've got some male birthdays coming up in July. Right, okay. So now I'm just going to go straight to my elements. This is going to be a really simple card. And I'm going to start and add down. Just getting some foam pads. Now, bearing in mind, we've only actually used 2 of them dies so far. We've used the outside and then the matte and layer for it. And we've still got this fabulous one in the middle, which I've got something to show you with that too. So that's on there. So let's have a look at this little frame. I feel like, because I've got to cover up this little bit here. So that absolutely is going to go here. But I want to slip down some other elements behind it first. Maybe that way. That one can come over the top. We could have him sat on the corner. And it's just, there's just lots of different pokey in bits. Look, we've got this little reel. Where was the camera? Here it is. Little camera down here. Feel that would go. And all of a sudden, do I want that little ticket? Maybe I'll put that behind. Okay, so easiest way around it. I'm going to stick the bottom of this frame, but not the top. And I'm going to place it at an angle like so. And by doing that, it allows me to slip things down behind. Get the right angle. I think there is the right angle. And I'm just going to glue at the bottom, and then I'm going to use tabs. I don't mean tabs. What do I mean? Foam pads. Do I want a little bit of ticket under there? And the answer is absolutely yes, I do. So let's get some foam pads to secure those. Okay. that one, just to give a little bit of height, give him a bit of a shape. And we'll pop him on. Right, I'm trying to catch up with all of you. Can you lower the... Yeah, I did that bit. Are we all... Can we all see all right? Send you my address separately. Oh, that must be to Paul, because it says Paul. Zoom meeting. Oh, it's terrible when you've got to work, isn't it? Oh, I see. I no longer... Oh, right. There we go. Put our main element on there. And then I want a little bit of film in. But again, I am going to raise that. Because it will just cover the bottom of there. We'll have this little bit of film. Come here. Come on. Pop that one on. There we go. Might have that one there. Yeah. I'll think about that one. Got a little ticket. I might save them bits for the... Oh, I was going to put my camera on there. Let's take that one off. Put my camera on. Just get him in. Then we'll put the little reel there. Right, okay. So he's coming together okay. We've got a few elements on there. We've got that nice little piece inside that we could write a message on if we wanted to. I feel like I want to put a happy birthday on here. And I'm liking it across there. So I'm going to trim one of these pads so it's thinner. And I'm just going to offset that across there. I've got jaunts and everything going on. I don't know what's the matter with me. But look at that shine coming through that paste. I love that. Okay, so that's just one idea. And then I've got some more elements here. I might have to dip into my little packet and get some more. And I did a quick DL card from some of my media artists. I cut it off at 21. I scored it at 10.5. Let's move that to the side and we'll bring them back in at the end to make a nice DL. And then the bit that came off, I cut down to 19.5 centimetres, which gives me the perfect topper. Now, these are the two elements, the other two dies in that set. This could be a bookmark. It works perfectly on a DL going across the way or this way, and you can build onto it. So what I thought was, this pattern paper, this is the bottom part of it. I'll just pop that behind so it matches. And all of a sudden, we're going to have a really super quick card. And I've got some other elements that I can add onto here. One of the pattern papers in there has got this really nice alphabet, and I've cut a strip because I thought, well, I might want to add that strip across here because it goes and we can. So we'll see how we go as we go. I'm going to do some inking on it because I think that will be cool. I'm not going to do black this time. What colour shall I do? I want to introduce something. Maybe, what's this nice minty green look like? So, again, just being really rough, because you're not going to see a lot of this. So it doesn't matter if I squidge ink everywhere because it's just a matte layer. And it's a great way to colour coordinate. See, look at me now. I'm just getting a real... Look at that pearlescent shine. That's crazy. Okay, let's keep it a little bit more subtle than that, Hazel. There we go. I'll try and keep my matte clean. This will be our first layer. You see, I thought I'll keep my eye on the time, and if I put this together and I've still got 15 minutes left, then what I will do, I've got a piece of A4 there that I thought, we can just get messy and put some ink through it with the stencils and some pastes and see, have it as a masterboard. Okay, now I do want to keep this crisp. So I'm not going to ink around that. Doesn't help if you've got the right border, Hazel. There we go. And then we've got this one, which I'm going to centralise. So this is all, it's a twofer really, isn't it? I'm not using a lot of product, but before I put that on, of course, I need to use some of my stenciling. Now, let's use that one. I'm going to keep it to this side, and I'm going to use that beautiful same colour green ink. And just, I'm going to put a little bit in that top corner as well. There we go. That's it. We're not going to see lots of it, but it's just so that we've got that beautiful shine. I'm getting to the bottom. That's good. Loitering in the background, watching and listening as I can. Ah, that's good. Right, so let's just pop that one onto there. And again, it's perfectly etched. Etched? Well, it is. Yeah, the die is perfectly to go around the little loops of the torn paper. There we go. Now, for instance, Paul, if somebody was going to find any of these dies or stencils on the website, where would they find them?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. They're everywhere, everyone.
Facebook Live, sale, new arrivals.
Can you all hear that? Facebook Live, new arrivals, and in the sales section also. Okay, I am going to use that over there, and I am going to overhang it because this is a wiggly edge. I'd either want it... Do you know what? Maybe I can do it. Let's just cut that there. Straight through the O. Yep, we'll have that. We'll take that. You know, sometimes you just need a card in a hurry. I think with a collection, well, I call it a collection, with elements like this, where you've got the die cut pad and the pattern papers, with a quite versatile die, you can quite easily put something together. If you want to die cut happy birthday, you've got space to put it there. Maybe you might want to put with love down there with the little ticker tapes. I think I'm going to put that frame on there, and I'm going to pop her in the frame. But then will I do it that way? Yes, I will. You see? Let's just pop that around. I'm going to stick this flat. I might regret it, but I'm going for it. I'm going to add that little frame on so that I can get her nice in the middle. Let's pop a few pads on. And place that one in the middle. And then we've got some different elements that we can, oh, that's going to be a bit big. Okay, I might not use that one. We've got a little bit of this one. I might have to look in my little book for some extra elements because I used probably more than I thought I was going to on the first card. So this one is like a little ticket. Like so. Oh, I've got to say cheese. I don't think we need the with love. I think the say cheese says it all. And I'd have that one in there as well. And I want something to go in there. So back to the book. What have we got? Oh, we've got this little tag actually. Let's see if we can stick that in first. Yeah, that there, that there. That works. Okay, well, I'm still going to have a look through, just in case I see something that takes me fancy, that I want to pop on there. Although I'm looking at this and I'm like, I really like it as it is, because it's meant to be just simple. And maybe I am going to just pop another little bit of film in there. And that's the great thing about these little die cut books. Right, and then that one, we'll have that raised. It's almost like we've got a male and a female card now because this one's got the girl on. Say cheese. So let's put those two cards together so we can see. I'm going to lift the camera up a little bit. Right, so we've got that one. How quick and easy was that? But I absolutely love, and don't think that you've got to use it as a whole. You can chop it in half and have it coming down the side of your page as well. You can make it in your journals. It's, yeah, love it. And then this one with all of that beautiful detail. You've got the inside to write on. So that one's going to stand up that way. That one's going to stand up that way. I will take pictures of these separately and add them onto the page so that you can see them. But now, I said if I had 15 minutes left, which I absolutely have, spot on, I've got an A4 sheet. Not that I've got lots of stuff around me to use. Let's have a look. Different things through our stencil. Let's bring in, I want to make a masterboard so it can be quite messy. Let's bring this stencil in. And I'm going to just rub some random ink on here. I think this might end up a little bit of a sepia tone one because I've gone for my browns. Let's see if I can put some black in. And plus my pads, I'm really coming to the end of their life. I have used and abused them terribly. Right, now I'm giving that a nice good mist over. And I'm going to pop yes. You see, that does make me happy. So now, just move that out of the way. Trying to be tidy as I go along-ish. Right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly blast this in my special... I was going to say in my special... I'll do it. Right, I've given it a blast. It's not completely dry, but it's dry and enough for me to do something with. Now, when I look at this, there's a few things that it says to me. One is stormy sky. Another is crushed olive, stroke wild honey. And then we've got a little bit of bundled sage cum forest moss in there. Tattered rose. So I'm just likening in my head to oxides. And I've just done that with the Studio Light inks. So I think, because I know what these are like neat, I know it's going to be brighter than what I want it to be. So I'm going to flip and grab a couple of inks. I can't remember what I said now. Stormy Sky. Oh, there's Bundled Sage. Let's start with Bundled Sage. And I'm just going to add in some ink. And this isn't going to be a whole piece. You know, it's one of them pieces that you can just chop into. So you just keep building layers and layers. It might be a case that you've got some ink on your mat and you just want to do like an inky pickup as well. Just one of them bits that you've got to the side that you just keep working on. Now maybe I will just add a bit of this colouring. Just because I haven't got a full set of oxides here and it's very hard to find what colour I want when I'm in a hurry. And you can guarantee the one I want is always the one that I haven't got. So just by adding a little bit of these colours. Now I know I haven't got Stormy Sky. I'm going to get the quickest blue that I've got. Faded Jeans it's going to be. That's the one I could get my hands on. And I'm contaminating my brushes. That's going to work. Now, of course, I'm being very limited because I'm just sticking to what's in front of me. So I've got two stencils and I've got this die and the alphabet die. So, of course, if I was at home in my stash, I'd have so much more at my fingertips. But Tattered Rose, you look like just the colour I want. Oh, perfect. And of course, this is where your spritz and sprayers can come into play as well. So let's dip into my little Jamie box. I'm going to use my gold. This is crushed gold, I think. No, it's not called that, is it? Oh, brushed gold. So this is made with one of the re-inkers from the metallics. And I'm just going to spritz some of that over because I want a bit of a metallic glow in my background. And I might also, I mean, this is a bit wacky if it works. I'm just going to mist a little bit of fuchsia in there. Because why not? It just transforms it instantly with a flash of colour. So if you've never heard the word masterboard before, this is a masterboard. It's literally just a bit of everything chucked in together. Now, what's happening is the spray is starting to react. So I've got like a spotting, like a faux bleaching effect going on because it's on top of the oxides, which is quite nice. So I'm going to give this a blast, and then what we can do Oh yes, that's really transformed. So hopefully, oh, you're not going to see it in this light. I can see a lot of spot in there, which is brilliant. Okay, so now I could go back in with this stencil, or I could do this one. And I want some texture base this time. But I want to colour it myself. So, make some room, Hazel. Where's my palette knife? Can you see it? Paul, can you see my palette knife? I did have it, didn't I? Oh, it's squished here. So let's have a little bit of texture paste. And I want to try and make it match that. I don't want it white. I want to put something in it. And I'm feeling like it's going to be a sprinkle. It could actually be, right, I've got so many choices here. I could drip a little bit of my metallic re-inker into there, and that would colour it because that is highly pigmented. Or I could put powder. Something's telling me I want to put a powder. Whoopsie. Not that much powder. I'm terrible at this. Get that off. I'm just going to move that over. Don't quite want that much. Okay, and again, you see, look at that. That is beautiful. Yeah. Look how a little bit goes such a long way, because most of the powder is over there. If you didn't want it this, I didn't want it this bright. Right, so what am I going to do to tone that down? Let's put some gesso in it. I want to... That's better. I wanted it more of a pastel-y because I thought that would go. Okay, so by putting the gesso in there, I have thinned the consistency. That's a mouthful, wasn't it? Right, we've got something to work with. I'm almost feeling that I could sponge this now. Let me move that. Oh dear. Love to watch this technique, though I find it tricky to do myself. Okay. All down to the tools, I think. I'm just wondering if I can line that up where that was and bring... I'm just going to do a little bit. Literally on and just whiz it over. I don't want it on there thick, so I'm over scraping so that this can... Look at that. And I'm going to see if I can do the same here. It's really hard because that's in the way. Get up. Right. Hopefully you can still see that. Looking for the W. There it is there. And I've got to keep that off that side. So, again, look at all that paste I've mixed up. Look at that. Oh. Now, because I've put the paste on, I can't really do a lot more on there because it needs to dry. And when I whipped that off, I whipped it off a little bit quick and it has smudged it. But that's fine because I'm going to use sections of it. This absolutely, I could put some grid on there. I can bring in my stamps. But this is just to show you a technique that you can do with a stencil by inking the back of it and spraying it. I do also like embossing stencils and brayering them. I think they look amazing like that. And that one I did cover in my last demo because I used the visible image stamps and stencils. So I'm going to see if I can put a little bit of this on just with a brush colour. The trouble is I've got stuff in the way now. I can't. Let's move that over because I'm going to have to put that onto something because that's a bit of a waste. Right, just making room. There we go. Get a thinner brush. Now, Paul, would I be... Let me just check my drawer. I might find something in my little special drawer. I'm looking for some glitter. I found some. Now, I wouldn't normally do this, but I'm just going to chuck this on here because someone told me I wanted to. Okay. We've just had in... I'm just going to tap this over the bin. And actually, that does make me very happy because that now gives a twinkle and it's going to protect. It's still not dry, but it's going to protect it if this goes over it a little bit. So just to finish this off, I'll pop in a little bit of the crosses. See, here and there in the background. And I'll come back to this. You'll see a card pop up down the line that I've used this piece of card for, and I'll be able to say that was made from the masterboard that we did on the live. But I will definitely add some stamping elements into it, but I can't do that now whilst that's wet. But I hope you have enjoyed it. Let's spin you round. I moved you out of the way. Okay, so whilst I've got you like that, I'll hold this up because you might be able to see it better. So we've got this masterboard on its way. I will use portions of that. We did this super quick DL using the elements from the Grunge die cut paper pad and the paper pad, and also the dies from the Slimline and Label, which is on offer at the moment. And then we also made this one as well. Made it into a card. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. And I can tell you that there won't be a live on Saturday because I do have a workshop in here and I just can't fit it in because I won't have time to plan anything. But I will catch up with you all next week. So have a lovely weekend, whatever you're up to. Always, as always, keep your eyes on the sale section because Paul always pops things in there. Have we got any new lines coming in next week? Or yes. This week? Yeah?
Next week.
Next week. So we've got...
Friday Studio Light.
Have we? Something Studio Light next week. So keep your eyes...
Saturday.
And Saturday?
If you know, you know.
Oh, hang on a minute. What, the Saturday that I'm not doing a live?
Yeah. Right
then. So, if you know, you know. I can't physically tell you what it is because I'd get shot. But there's something very exciting happening on Saturday, a new release, and I'm not doing a live, so keep your eyes on the website. And if you get lucky, congrats. I'll see you all next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.